what did it mean to you, this film? What triggered something, yes or no, in that? I'm going to start with Brian first, and then I'll go to Ryan, and then George, and then Miriam.
I honestly, I felt some resistance to um, letting in maybe the freedom that they were um, expressing with their heart. Maybe kind of identifying a little bit with the young man who was at first kind of a little resistant to finding the good. Um, and I felt a touch of sadness from that, actually, because I realized, wait a second, um, I do that. I can resist maybe a little bit of joy, or resist opening up sometimes, because I can feel scared, or uh, my internal sort of judgment can kind of happen. And so I guess I can recognize that I need healing there. And that's something that I can put up um, this weekend and say, God, please heal that broken piece of my heart, that dark spot, and bring light there and say, transform this, transform that fear of finding joy. I'm allowed to have joy.
And I want to follow through with that because, the contents of tonight and tomorrow is about healing. Some of us don't believe we can actually be healed. Maybe it's out of shame, maybe it's out of guilt, maybe it's just this, they have no reference point. And so, that gentleman who, was holding the box, it's like, it's my box, don't talk about it. We all have issues. We all have wounds,
Yes.
but once you start peeling away, all of a sudden he found the joy, she found the joy. And I think that's joy within each one of us. But you bring that to mind in a beautiful way, Bryan, about all of our incongruencies or challenges. So thank you. How about you, Ryan? What did you take from this short film?
I can really relate to what Brian was just sharing, and I could see myself in the probably most the young man as well. What it one thing I saw for myself was how much life is constantly presenting me and all of us with ways to open our heart and open up back to life. And if we allow ourselves to see it, and what I love about the woman and what she was able to do just very naturally was attune in that moment and see that she saw beyond his image of himself and more to his essence, his spirit, and what was possible within him. And I think that's one of the things that struck me the most, was how much she was willing to look past the box that he held himself in. And when I saw that, I noticed I just had a lot of gratitude for people in my life who have seen beyond my box and helped me to open, because I can be just as hesitant as him and not want to see what's possible or let in joy or whatever it is I'm holding on to, pain, because of the stories there, and how much we just need each other and life itself, whether it's in the form of a person or a circumstance, to really help us crack open our heart and see beyond, to see beyond.
Beyond, I agree. I look back on this film, or that reflection, I go, I'm pretty much that girl, the lady. I'll poke until the door opens, but some people have that personality. So I'm going to poke George and see what he has to say tonight.
That joy thing is like, that's not my, that's not how I operate. It's fascinating to watch these characters and to watch them, and she was so unattached with it. She wasn't invested in it. She wasn't like, you have to, she was just kind of tossing him stuff. Come on. you know, to the end where he's like nosy. It's like, yeah, but she just kept showing it to him rather than pushing him, right? Just kind of
Yes.
shining light on it and saying, just look, just look, just look, you know? And I definitely resonate with him in that resistance, you know. And it's funny because we were sitting here talking before as we were setting up, and I literally said to Ryan and Miriam and Julian, I don't remember when I had that connection to joy, but I know that I didn't come in this way, right? With the closed heart, I didn't come in this way, and that's the that's the piece that trips me up, because I know it's there. And I've done a lot of work in my life. I've done a lot of therapy. I've done a lot of processes. I've done a lot of stuff, you know, but it feels on a certain level that God is the one that can really take me there and clear that, you know, because I haven't been able to accomplish it on my own. So I love this demonstration of it, and I love it how quickly they were able to tap into that joy. And simply, there was nothing, they weren't doing anything, you know, anything otherworldly. They were just finding a peace in each person and just saying, I can see some kind of good, and let me reflect that to you of what you're reflecting back to me. And so very, very powerful.
So thanks, George. I love what you said. It was perfect. You know. How about you, Miriam?
Yeah, there's so many jewels in this little short film. I mean, I love how it shows that it can all be contagious. You know, just the way that it passed on from person to person, and how it brought something new to each person. You know, whatever their reaction was to getting a Post-it put on them, it brought up something for most of them that was helping them open up as well. So it wasn't just opening up for the guy with the box, but once it's like that connection in terms of how we influence others, and that, you know, phrase that I was given about you came here to heal the whole by returning to the holy you. It's like that phrase, you know, where he was living that act, you know, becoming that which he could then spread and support and transform others in the world. And that is just what we all can do, you know, what we all have the potential to do in every moment, in every call, email, you know, text, whatever it is, any person on the street, there's always that opportunity where we can transmit that grace of, you know, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be joy, you know, it could just be peace. It could be stillness. It could be whatever the experience is in the moment.
You know, but I really believe these characters, or the playful characters that did show up, it expressed the joy. And the reason why I think this film was chosen is because we do have that gift within us, the gift of healing, and to receive that healing. But we play this character, we play these roles. And so, well, I don't want to play today, or I don't want to heal today. It's like, is it my time? And it's like, then we get irritated, and finally it pops. And all of a sudden now we're in a new dimension. And to me, this is what the Holy Spirit desires